from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Report.
Hello, good evening, and I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you here in the Storm Center this evening, sitting just after 5:15 to give you a live update on the storms we're beginning to see develop across the region and how they're going to move through in just about 2 waves. So go ahead and let me know if you can hear me in the comments before we get too underway. While we wait for that to come in, I do just want to show that, and Kevin says he can hear me loud and clear, so I do still want to show that we are all still under the severe thunderstorm watch. Everyone here in Southern Maryland shaded in that yellow color representing that watch until 9 o'clock. The main threats with storms this afternoon and going into tonight will be the potential for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, hail potentially upwards of 1.5 inches, and frequent lightning with storms that are going to try to fire on up. As we zoom on and let's come back over here to radar, taking it right where we are right now. The primary focus with our severe weather threat is across our northernmost zones. This first wave, like we forecasted, has primarily been focused from about DC points north, and we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. These right now are in effect for parts of Anne Arundel County, PG County, and the DC metro area. These storms that have fired up are pretty strong. They're producing wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour, frequent lightning, and the potential for pea to quarter-sized hail. These are slow movers as well. These are only moving at about 15 to 20 miles an hour to the east. The primary locations that need to be aware this year over the next hour to hour and a half are going to be locations from about Brandywine to Chesapeake Beach points north. So if you're in Anne Arundel County, PG County, the top part of Calvert County, you will have the potential to get in on some of these nasty storms here over the next 90 minutes or so. I think for most of us, the primary driver of our severe weather threat is going to be the second round that's developing back out here towards the west. We can see that out along I-81, producing storms that are beginning to strengthen. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings to the south of Charlottesville. This developing line is with our cold front, and that's going to be pushing through as we head towards 7, 8, 9 o'clock tonight, lasting until about midnight or 1 o'clock. If I take you over to Futurecast, this was ran earlier. What we can see is that it developed storms this afternoon and did a pretty good job with that threat. Sitting right after 5 o'clock, it had storms right up along I-95, and that's where we have the storms now. And you can see those storms developing back to the west. Futurecast shows that we're going to see those storms move on in by 7, 8, 9 o'clock. And as they do so, that's when they're going to potentially bring some gusty winds, thunder and lightning, and some heavy rain. I'm going to bring you back on over here towards live radar, and I want to see if I can't get some of our traffic cameras up, because I believe the ones over here towards the Washington, D.C. area should be able to give us a pretty good look into what we're taking a look at right now. We do have, again, plenty of lightning here into the D.C. area, about to come into parts of PG and Anne Arundel County. Annapolis, you're not under a severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. Neither is Clinton, neither is Lothian or Brandywine, but you all will need to be on guard here over the next 60 to 90 minutes. Thankfully, if you're south of, again, Brandywine or Chesapeake Beach, anywhere south of there right now, you don't have a whole bunch to be worried about at the current moment. I'm just taking a look here at some of our traffic cameras. So let me show you what it is I'm looking at. Let's see, this will show me what I'm looking at. So we're up here into the Jessup area. I want to see if we can get a look at some of these cameras here. None of them are really showing too much. Yeah, I mean, we have a little bit of a raindrop-filled camera, but what I'm noticing with a lot of these, we're not getting a great picture. That's just because the rain's coming down so heavy. This would probably be the best picture I can give you here, I-95 at Maryland 216. You could just see the heavy rain, the blinding rain. Traffic's still moving, but as these storms come through, they're going to be producing heavy rain, gusty winds, and some frequent lightning. And again, taking you back over here towards radar, this is where those storms are at the moment. So we have this first severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be up until 5:30, so for about the next 9 minutes or so. I expect that we'll get a new warning on that here soon. An additional severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30. Again, these two kind of act as one, and I'm sure we'll get a new update with this because this storm is moving even slower than we had anticipated. And then this storm over here about to cross into Washington, D.C., up along the Washington, D.C. beltway. This goes until 6 o'clock, and this entire line here is moving slowly to the east. And if we put a storm track on this, we just take this entire line here, and it's only moving at about 20 miles an hour. This might make it into Annapolis here by about 6:30. But if you're in DC, Mitchellville, Bowie, Severna Park, Glen Burnie, Odenton, Greenbelt, these are the areas that we'll need to be aware as these storms move on in. And again, over the next 90 minutes or so, this might try to come in here towards areas like Upper Marlboro, Dunkirk, Tracy's Landing, Mayo, Shadyside, and the beaches. So just be aware of that, but I really do think our primary driver of severe weather is going to be from this line that's developing back here near I-81 that's going to be pushing eastward. And I think we're getting a new severe thunderstorm warning in, or maybe not. Yeah, I think this might just be an old one that's popping through. So we'll wait on that. But that is going to be our kind of our setup. We have this first line moving through our northern communities and our main line back out to the west. So, Jennifer, please. This is safe if she leaves Colonial Beach now for Northern Virginia via 95 from Fredericksburg. Jennifer, she should be fine right now. Yeah, she should be fine right now over the next little bit. So stay weather aware as we move here over the next few hours. Plenty of lightning to go around with these storms. We have a lot of storm energy. We were able to make it up to 91 today. So that's really, and the humidity's there. So both of those have come together and they have helped to bubble up these storms and are going to be able to support them as they move over here towards southern Maryland. I do think our primary time is going to be from about 7 or 8 o'clock through about midnight. So you might not see anything out there now over the next couple of hours. You're south of Chesapeake Beach or Brandywine, but don't worry, I do think we will get in on at least some showers, if not some thunderstorms as well as we head into this evening. So have a nice and safe one. Calvert, I think I just answered the Calvert County question right now. My sister in Baltimore, you're seeing storms right now, and you'll see additional round of storms by 7 or 8 o'clock. So have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest, and you can always access radar or futurecast at jbweather.net/radar.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.